Good morning, class. Today we'll be doing problem 2 on the lesson 6-5. I will be showing you guys how to do it. Now, problem 2 states, what are the solutions of 2, open parentheses, x plus 3, close parentheses, to the power of 2/3 equals 8. Now, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to rewrite this on your paper. So 2, open parentheses, x plus 3, close parentheses, to the power of 2/3 equals 8. Now the first thing that we need to do is we gotta take out the 2. So to take out the 2, we need to divide, and whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other. So let's divide. Now this cancels out, and 8 divided by 2, that equals 4. Now let's rewrite this. So now it's x plus 3 to the power of 2/3 equals 4. Now the second thing that we're going to do is we're going to focus on the exponent. Now in the lesson 6-5, there is this rule that says to solve equations of the form x mn equals k, raise each side of the equation to the power n over m, the reciprocal of it. And so, for example, if we have 2/3, we have to raise it to 3/2, the reciprocal. And this, at the end, will give us an absolute value. But as I mentioned before, whatever we do on one side, we must do to the other side. So we're going to do x plus 3 to raise to the power of 2/3. And the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2. Equals 4 to 3/2 because of the reciprocal. Now this obviously will be 6/6 equals 1. So it's practically at the end going to be x plus 3 1 equals 4 to the power of 3/2. Now to focus on this, we're going to be using flower power. If anybody remembers what flower power is, and if you don't, that's okay. I will do a short explanation. Now, practically, we're using 3/2. So let me use this as an example. So if we have 3/2, we're going to put this as our little base. These are going to be our roots, and this is going to be our flower. Basically, this will be the power on top, and this will be the root at the bottom. So if we're going to put it to practice, we have our 4 here. So the number 2 will be the square root. And we will have the power will be 3. So 4 to the power of 3, which this results in 64 square root, which gives us 8. Now, don't forget that I mentioned that this will turn to an absolute value due to the rule that will be seen in 6-5, lesson 6-5. So this will be absolute value, x plus 3 equals 8, practically stating x plus 3 will equal anything positive or negative 8. Now to continue with our absolute value, we're going to divide this into 2 problems. So it will be x plus 3 equals positive 8, and x plus 3 equals negative 8. Now, we're going to subtract negative 3 on the first problem, and whatever we do to one side, we must do to the other. So, negative 3 cancels out, and this will give us x equals 5. Now, for this problem, we will do the same thing, negative 3, because we must cancel it out. And as I said, whatever you do to one side, you must do to the other. And this will give us x equals negative 11. Now to continue, we have found our 2 absolute values, but it says what are the solutions of it. And so we're going to have to check it. So we're going to go on the next page and do the following. So first of all, one of the solutions that we had gotten were 5, and the other one was negative 11. So we're going to have to check them. Now, we're going to plug in from our original equation, which was 2 open parentheses x plus 3 close parentheses to the power of 2/3 equals 8. Now we're going to substitute x with 5 first, and then we're going to substitute x with negative 11 second. So the first one we're going to do is 5. So we're going to start with 2 open parentheses 5 plus 3 close parentheses to the power of 2/3 equals 8. Now the first thing to solve this, we're going to divide the 2 out as we did the first time. And what we do on one side, we must do to the other side. So we're going to cancel this out, and this goes into a 4. So then it's 5 plus 3 the power of 2/3 equals 4. Now 5 plus 3 is basically 8. Now we're going to do what we did the first time over 2/3 and do the same thing on this side. If you guys remember, we're going to be using flower power. Now I've noticed that in this lesson, flower power is basically very important, so we might want to memorize this. Now, as we mentioned, we got to get the reciprocal, so 2/3, the reciprocal of 2/3, well 2/3 is 3/2. And basically the top is the flower part and the bottom is the root. So this is going to be the power and this is going to be the roots. So the reciprocal of 2/3 is 3/2, and that gives us obviously the same thing as we had done before. Now, but we got to do it to the other side. So basically it will be 1 equals 4 to the power of 3/2. Now if you guys remembered, we did this on the last one, which was previously going to be 8. But if you guys want me to redo it, I'll do it over here just in case anybody missed it. So knowing that the 2 is going to be the root and the 3 is going to be the power, so we're going to have to do a square root due to the 2. And we're going to have 4 inside, and we're going to have 3 as a power, so we're going to have to multiply this, well, 4 multiplied 3 times. Now, okay, so this would be 64, and the square root of 64 is 8. So it's practically going to be, and don't forget that after you do this whole rule, this turns absolute value. So the absolute value of 8 is 8. We finish off getting 8. So this solution is true. So 5 is actually a true solution. Okay, now that we have checked for positive 5 and we found it to be true, now we are going to check for negative 11. So we're going to substitute negative 11 into our original equation. So let's do that right now. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to divide the 2. And as I've said before, whatever we do on one side, we must do to the other. So we're going to have to divide the 2 as well. So we divide that 2, that divides out. 8 divided by 2, that gives you a 4. So we're going to rewrite all of this again. So negative 11 plus 3 exponent to power negative 4. Okay. So now we're going to focus on our, what's the word? Exponent to the power. Yeah, okay. So as the same rule that goes with this, we're going to have to find the inverse of it. And the inverse of 2/3 is 3/2. But what we do on one side, we must do on to the other side. So let's do that right now. Now this obviously goes to 1/1, which gives you 1. So I'm just going to give you negative 11 plus 3 gives you 1. By the way, this gives you negative 8. So we can simplify that right now. Okay. Equals 4 to the power of 3/2. Now we're going to be doing flower power here. So this is going to be the root, and this is going to be the power. So we're going to have the square root of 4 to the power of 3, which that gives us square root of 64, and the square root of 64 is 8. Now, because of doing the rule of, the inverse of this, whatever happens right here will become absolute value, and the absolute value of negative 8 is actually 8. And our answer from this side is actually 8 too. So 8 does equal 8, and thus the solution is positive. Now to finish it off, the question was, what are the solutions of the original equation? So we're going to finish off with the solutions of 2, open parentheses, x plus 3, close parentheses, to the power of 2 over 3 equals 8 is positive 5 and negative 11. Alright, so let me highlight this so you guys will know. This is your final answer for guided problem number 2, lesson 6-5. Thank you.